Hey guys, it's Josh here and welcome to your shoulder mobility routine. Now, ideally you would be doing this before you start your workout, and your shoulder mobility is more specifically for this video is going to be for your overhead range, which is your ability to get your hands up above your head without you having to kind of arch that back to try and make up that range. So we're actually going to be working a little bit on the spine. We're going to be looking at some of the pecs and some of the lats that kind of pull us down. And to start off, I want you to kind of have a mat handy, and I want you to have one of these handy, and then ideally one of these two balls. I personally prefer to use one of these balls because a little bit larger, a little bit softer, but once you start getting used to doing soft rolling, mobility and soft tissue techniques, sometimes these become a bit more nicer as you get, I guess, stronger and more used to it. So the first thing we're going to start off with is rolling our lat. So this routine is I want you to do this exactly with me, and we're going to try and get our hand and arm up overhead. The way we're going to do that is we're going to kind of lay down in model pose. You're going to get this roller kind of in this region of your back, the side of your body. And what I want you to do is have your bottom leg is going to be forward and your top leg is going to be back. And that way we're kind of facing more to the roof, and try and have you not like resting on here, because that'll tense up your shoulder. So I'm going to sit here for about 30 seconds. I'm going to roll left and right. And so you can really try moving the roller in different positions, but we're actually turning to the roof and turning back down, and just finding ways to just find that lat as it rolls all the way down our back to our hip. That's where the lat attaches to, and it attaches just under the armpit. So imagine there's just a string that goes from your hip all the way up to here on the side of your body, and we're just going to roll. Can be pretty tight in some of these spots as well, a bit gunky, but just be gentle on the body and work with that. So that's about 30 seconds that we've done. Now we're going to roll over to this side. Face the opposite direction. We're going to do the exact same thing. So remember, that arm's going to be overhead. Your body weight's going to be on this roller. Bottom leg is forward. And what are we doing? So it's 20-20. Beautiful. And so we're going to hang here for another 30 seconds. Oh yeah, this side's tight for me. And you may notice that some sides, oh my, well, man, whew, do I have some tight spots in here? Just keep rolling and finding spots. You can spend more on this if you want to. I'll just pause the video so you can spend longer on that side. All right, almost there. Another 10 seconds to go. Remember, nothing too hectic, nothing too aggressive. Just finding ways to really just loosen up that muscle on that side of the body. And that'll be us there. That was actually 40 seconds, but I was extra tight there, so I claim that. So now that we've done that, if you're set up in this same position, you have a squat rack next to you, great. Otherwise, I want you to pause the video and then move over to a squat rack or a pole where you can roll out these upper traps. So the upper trap is this muscle here. When we're trying to get the arm overhead, we tend to shrug a bit. So as we kind of loosen up this spot, that's going to help us gain more range. You can do this in either a standing position when you're kind of rugby scrum style, rolling in here, or what I also tend to do sometimes is just roll like this. And I'm going to use this position because it's easier to see me on the video, I believe. And so we're just going to hang here for 30 seconds. I've got my timer, so you're working with me. I'm not super accurate with time, so maybe it might be 35 seconds, maybe it might be 40 seconds, but either way, we're getting some good rolling in. Just really, if you feel like you need to just kind of hang in there for a moment, that's good. Remember, just relaxing that arm and also relaxing your breathing, yeah? Oh yeah, this is good. Beautiful stuff. Another 5 seconds before we move over to the other side. And again, if you want to spend a little bit longer, just pause the video. All right, beautiful. I'm going to swap sides and then do this trap now. Okay, yeah, get in that position. Beautiful. And again, just rolling. So my left side seems to be tighter. I don't know about you guys, but my left side is definitely tighter. As I'm got this ball in my right hand side, I'm actually a lot more relaxed, so it's not as intense going through here. Beautiful. About 5 more seconds. Beautiful. All right, now from here, oops, drop me ball. Oh no, come back. So I'm actually gonna switch over to this ball, but you don't actually have to make the change. We're gonna now get into our pec minor. So if you imagine your pec is like a little box, and we're gonna cut that into quadrants. And so you've got your upper outer quadrant and your upper inner quadrant. So I want you to stay in the upper section, but the pec minor actually kind of goes from the upper outer quadrant and kind of runs down right to the nipple, or for you anatomy people, the 5th rib is where it goes to. And so the pec minor is a pec muscle that it lives underneath this pec muscle. So you've got your big meaty pec muscle. There's another guy underneath, and when he contracts, he really pulls you down as well, which kind of messes with the overhead range. So you want to be pinning the ball in this position, and then you're going back to your pole or your squat rack or your post or your door frame if you're at home, and really just having this ball in that position again, upper outer quadrant. So I don't know, for me it's about 10 centimeters north of my nipple to the outside of my body, and I'm just kind of get into there as well. And for me, I'm actually nice and slowly rolling up and down towards my collarbone, rolling back up. Oof. This one is a bit tight for me as well. And now because this guy attaches to the rib, you have to consider that you do want to relax your breathing as well as you do this. So I'm going to do it for a couple more seconds just on this spot, and then I'm going to swap out to the other side. All right, and swap. There we go. 30 seconds on this side as well. Just rolling into there. Nice and calm, nice and relaxed. Just going to make an adjustment for me as well, get into another spot. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, and that's 30 seconds. And relax. So we're now going to move. We're going to move up against the wall now. So I'm going to change camera angles. And then again, you can have either of these two balls. I'm going to go back to this ball because I like these little spiky knobbly bits. I'm going to walk over to the wall now. Alrighty, so we're up against the wall now. I've got this guy here. And so our mid-trap region that we're going to be aiming for is like pretty much in line with like where you think about where your nipple line is, and then right there, right essentially in your heart center, but on the opposite side. So basically it's there, and we're going to be hitting that section to the right and to the left of that section, and then just slightly above. So in order for me to do that, I'm just going to hold this up against the wall and do a little bit of a squat down, and then I'm just going to turn to face you guys. And what I'll do is I'll bring this shoulder forward and put this in my armpit, and then I'm just going to kind of roll and do this kind of like half squat all through this region here. And then for me, I've even got some tighter bits, and so we're just kind of rolling through just probably about 20 mil either side, 2 centimeters either side, half an inch either side, and just rolling up and down, favoring this right side of that mid-trap. I'm just going to make an adjustment and just get that ball a little bit higher so I'm not leaning so much, putting so much of my weight into it. And if you do tend to be someone who gets stressed all the time and you do get a lot of neck tension, you can actually even get further up to here as well. It's the same concept. We're just jamming this ball between ourselves and a hard place, and then just kind of giving those muscles a bit of a mash and really just opening up. All right, beautiful. That's our 30 seconds. And then we're just going to get the ball onto this side now. And so I've just adjusted it to the left side. Sorry. Put this hand. So if you're on your left, if you're doing your left side, then your left hand is going to be in your right armpit, which means this arm just kind of cradling that shoulder as I kind of just go for a little mash through there and go for a mash and a roll. Nice and relaxed. Just really loosening up. This will free up our shoulder blades just to kind of move so that we can get into our overhead position. Just hanging in for another 5 seconds. Beautiful. All right. So catch that ball. chuck it into the pocket, and then what we're going to be doing now is we're going to into a thoracic opener now. So now that our shoulders are nice and free, we have to consider that the spine, if the spine kind of hangs here, I have this analogy, I'm like, the shoulders hang on the coat hanger, the spine is the coat hanger, so don't hang the coat until the coat hanger's upright, which is the spine. So we need to free up some tension by having these, our ribs, that accumulate this tension, we're trying to opening up. So imagine if our spine can fold forward, we theoretically want to be able to bend it the whole other way. And so the way we do that, we're going to face into the wall, we're going to poke our bum out like this, and we're really, through this section, the whole section of the spine where ribs attached to, we're trying to really kind of open that up, right? And so imagine, if you remember those like little bendy drinking straws we used to have when we were kids, and so imagine that kink in the bendy bit is like your ribs, is that you're kinking your spine here, not at the low back, at the spine and opening up. So real, imagine chest open, ribs open, heart opening. So hands in the overhead position, stick your butt out and really push through the chest area and really try and so we're going to treat this in a series of breaths now, okay? So let's do 5 breaths and really try and open that chest up. So 1 breath. We're going to inhale again and try and stretch that chest. 2 breaths. As you start to free up, you can adjust your foot position and your butt position if you need to. 3rd breath. 4th breath. Bend the knees if you need to. Last breath. And relax. Oh yeah, that feels good. You can hang there if you need to. If you have a bit of shoulder pain, you can just try adjusting your hands a little bit, but the idea is to get those shoulders nice and upright. So now we should be pretty loose. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to move over. I'm going to just bring a bench over. You can actually find a bench at any position, but I'm going to kind of change scenes again. This will be the last exercise. All right, so this is our last position. I've just got me a little bench here, and we're going to be hard up against the wall now. And so we're going to imagine the wall is like our ruler. So think of those, like, you know, those on the side of the road, those like wacky inflatable men, and they're kind of like flinging around. We're actually going to start in this position, and imagine we're kind of like whipping our spine up into this position, but we're going to be doing it nice and slow. If I do it like a fast version of it, I'm going to kind of roll into this position and then hang here for a moment. So the idea is that our spine is fully flat and fully loose, and then we are going to erect our spine like it's like a sunflower. Yeah, we're going to pick it nice and upright. So we're looking to push force this way. So it might be helpful to kind of put your phone here so you can kind of see the video and hear me kind of talk you through it. But let's get straight into it. So what I'm trying to do is I've got my tailbone making contact with the ground, and I'm slowly using kind of like my legs and my feet and my spinal erectors. That's why I said we're going to erect the spine using the spinal erectors. And I'm trying to make contact with the next available vertebra, because remember, our spine is a series of like little bones that kind of stack on top of each other. And so I'm really trying to keeping my chin tucked, kind of like in a double chin position, and I'm just starting to get my mid back making contact with that wall. Just really hanging the top of my body down still, making contact with my mid back, and slowly making contact with the wall, notch by notch, vertebra by vertebra. Just standing more. Keep the double chin now, really hard. Double chin, double chin, double chin, double chin, all the way up. Keep it going. My voice will sound funny as I'm in double chin, and then there we go. And now my head is making contact with the wall. And then from here, I'm just going to relax my shoulders. I'm going to close my eyes for a moment. And the idea is that in this position, I'm really keeping my spine tall and strong now. And now I'm going to make a conscious effort to like relax my knees, relax my shoulders, but keep that spine tall. And now in this position, we're going to do 10 breaths whilst the spine is being strong and tall and hard up against that wall. But I'm trying to relax my ribs and my shoulders and everything out. So let's do this 10 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Long, slow exhale. Squeeze everything out. Inhale.
Keep the spine strong and exhale. Squeeze it out. Always spine stays strong. Relax everything else. Inhale and exhale. Hard, strong spine. Inhale and exhale. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms. Inhale, spine strong, keep inhaling, and exhale. We're trying to get the ribs moving here. Inhale, and exhale. Spine stays strong at all times. Strong spine. Keep exhaling, force it out. Inhale. And exhale. 3 to go. Inhale. And exhale. Relax those shoulders, squeeze the air out. Really squeeze the ribs now. Force all the air out. 2 to go. And exhale. 1 more. Really squeeze the air out first. And big inhale. Keep the spine strong. And exhale. Strong spine and exhale. And then just hang here for a moment. Really tuning into that real strong, tall spine. Relax everything else. Recenter your breathing. Just hang here for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there you go. Our spine is now strong, our ribs are now relaxed, our front line that holds tension, that pulls us down here, should be a lot more looser, and our arms should really feel like they've got a lot more freedom to move overhead. And then now you should be ready to start training. You're probably going to be feeling a little bit zen, and that's a great thing because you're nice and calm. And now we're going to go move into training, and we're going to move with quality and move with intention. Health and happiness, guys. Thank you for joining me for this short routine, and I look forward to seeing you in the rest of the programs in the gym. Thanks, guys.